We're live.
Oh, excellent. Hello there, Podlayer people, future humans, and fellow seekers. This is Nai Coach.
And Shailene.
Excellent. All right, so today we're going to be continuing on with the method we've been finding here, going back and forth with requests and then things that Shailene and I are personally watching. And I also want to kind of, also these beginning sessions, the portion of the session, talk about some higher level stuff. So I think kind of like the process, Shailene and I are working on the family members bubble right now, and it's interesting to kind of find like the rhythm of it because the cases are really important. So I just noticed like, little things that help in regular cases, they're much more high level because the stakes are higher. So you can kind of feel like, ooh, like you can feel like you're moving it as one thing. I guess kind of like the higher principle is like, I'm really enjoying that here on the Mode Reading Reveal, we're focusing on obviously that aspect of pod layer research, but then also in these sessions, we're really focusing on things that can be seen just with picture cues. But something I want to keep here in this language while staying away from, say, video cues, and then also, degrees of pod layer 2, 3, and 4, the more speculative stuff. So language of just what can be seen visually, and obviously you can do Occam erasers for implications, but seeing just observable. So I'm just trying to think how to word that. I'm still working on that. But it is these patterns, because you had a moment the other day when we were doing the family thing of just seeing it. And we were both we always have that, but there was like a big moment where we were just kind of, wow, just wow. And you can get that directly observable in a mathematic forensic way. And I want to try to like work on that language. And what it is you are seeing the patterns of movement in a given person with their mojo, the palettes and the fields. But then there is observably some sort of interplay between it and other mojos. And you get this when you've done enough samples. That we're talking about that. It's about seeing the whole Rosetta Stone and beyond. We were actually noticing the thing was like Johnny Cash and his wife, June Carter Cash. They're both Xeni, they're a certain kind of Xeni, and critically, they were having a certain kind of double Xeni of a certain kind of conversation. And we noted that we saw it, and also we both got that before we attempted to verbalize what we were seeing. But it's very important that these kind of things that are more challenging to verbalize, but this is still not speculative. That was observable. If you observe enough Xeni, you'll notice there's certain rifts. They just are. It's not like a conjecture thing. They're literally, observably are certain rifts. You can see that. And then you can see that there are ways they interact with each other. And you'll see that if you've seen enough Xeni, you'll note that in action, this gets in the video and other things, they don't use their instrument quite like that when they're not playing with those other kinds of instruments. That's a thing. That's not speculation. If you see enough samples doing enough stuff, when you see them doing like a move, you're like, that's a certain constellation of given instruments doing a song. You can see a song. That's very important. You can observably see the palettes and the fields, which make up the instruments, the mojos, and then you can see observably instruments singing with each other. If you have enough of a repertoire of samples, the number of the samples, and seeing them live life, living life with each other, you can see this. So anyway, some kind of fascinating, it's very high level, but it also brings in the power of the still first degree. This is still first degree pod layer practice because that experience you and I are having, I mean, obviously we had all kinds of fun, like conceptions and abstracts that came from that. But the first thing was we saw it. Like two people who are usually seeing jaguars ways that other people aren't, and you see them having a jaguar moment, you go, oh, that's an interesting jaguar moment. And the other person knows what you mean only one way. They've observed a bunch of jaguars doing a bunch of jaguar stuff. And so it has that context. But as nuanced as that is, that's not speculation. Just like a very scant track, that's not speculation. Not if you actually have the resolution on your lens to see it. that's still actually within observable. So anyway, I find it kind of fascinating. I want to kind of expand our language on that, because I was kind of hesitating a bit. My spirits kind of gave me this, which is that's actually because describing how that's still observable is challenging, requires good language and articulation skills. But it's important that that be given its credit separate from speculation. Things that are like, I think that's there because I think I'm seeing a ping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus very subtle, kind of like playing Assassin's Creed or not, and you have to have like Auspix level 20. Yeah, but if you have Auspix level 20, that gold chest is in that room. Like that's not actually non-observable. It's just a question of, do you have the radar sense sufficient to pick that signal up? So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to think how going forward when we're doing this is that here we'll focus on first degree of Mojo reading, and even within that, also because of copyright stuff, pictures, and getting like where we can basically teach. I guess where I'm going with this, trying to make sure we can, because it's more obvious when we saw June Carter Cash and Johnny Cash interacting video-wise, it was easier to see. But then I noted something, I'd say at the time, we were doing it before then and after then with the pictures. If you've seen enough, you can just see them together in the pictures doing these various scenes. And there's three things there, but they're direct. There's Johnny Cash, there's June Carter Cash, and then there is this signal stream back and forth between them that's clearly happening. Clearly happening because they did those signals because they're with that other instrument. So I don't know. I was like, ooh, that's really, really cool. And
yeah, brings the higher math in, the interplay, the social alchemy aspect of it.
Exactly.
Between mojos and samples that have mojos that relate and then that have an intimate connection.
Definitely.
So it's interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what that brings, as she's saying exactly, is it brings in higher patterns, connections, and therefore topics, subjects to discuss. And so I was kind of like wondering, since we kind of morphed, I think necessarily into focusing on pictures in these sessions, I was wondering, does that mean we always just talk at a basic level? I'm like, no, that'll be the bread and butter, but we actually can talk about the social alchemy and other things of high level stuff just using the pictures. If people here have been following, have seen enough pictures. That was fascinating, kind of like, I knew that already, but I really kind of saw it when we were doing that. I was like, if you've seen enough pictures, you would still be able to do it. So good stuff. All right, so we'll go ahead and just jump back into where we were. I think we were finishing up a show.
We were? Let's see. Let me go ahead and
Bad Times at the El Royale. Good movie.
share.
Enjoyed that. This person, is it Michael Larson? Is that his name? Mark O'Brien.
Mark O'Brien.
Oh, playing Larson Rogers. I don't know who that character was though. Let's see.
We need to find out. He was the bellhopper.
Was he? I thought that was the Chinese.
Maybe then he wasn't. Then
Maybe it was. No, wait, you might be remembering correctly.
I don't have an exact, but let's see. IMDb might be able to tell us. Larson. What was Larson? Okay. Because who would have been the other person? Okay, no, yeah, because Louis Pullman was the.
Well, anyway.
Anyway.
So let's see if we get him.
Yeah, and looks like he has some stuff here. So, 36 photos. Well, he looks like he has Jai.
Looks long to me as well.
Long, yeah.
So we're thinking sub Jai.
With dreamy eyes. So I'm thinking either a Jaini or Nizi.
I don't know, I'm getting more tension, I think. Maybe not.
I'm not sure yet on that. Because he has bright eyes.
He does have bright eyes. Some of these he looks broader faced, But overall, I think I'm getting elongation
Mhm.
here and here.
A lot of shy. So I'm taking that in.
Haven't seen the cheeks really crinkle up much. Like here, he's smiling. I see more energy in that upright
Regina
oval.
Riley. Oh, she was, we have her. Wasn't she in Peaky Blinders, the sister?
There she is.
I believe so.
There's two nice ladies in there, wasn't there? Sister and someone else.
Was she Naiji or Naiji?
Not sure.
I think Naiji. But I think, let me see. Was it Peaky Blinders? Maybe not.
Sorry, everyone.
We went down she's Murdoch Mysteries. That's what it was. She's a doctor for one of the seasons. Gotcha. I knew she looked familiar. Sorry, rabbit holes. Okay. Sometimes he looks odd to me.
Well, let's just move on then. I think we want to go to video to kind of zoom in more.
Go, further. All right. Well, then.
If I was wondering what that is that with pictures, there's not as much to pull from, but you can see cues like, elongation, things like that. Also, some subtle cues like Nez versus Vez. But there's things like right now, we're actually trying to tell if he's dir or ad. And body language really helps with that. If you see the hands moving, the gesturing, you can see that even in a few seconds. It's good footage that can tell you a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right. So next up.
Requested.
Taylor Momsen.
Someone asked that we reread.
Okay.
I forget. Someone asked about that.
011.
That or Dire Magpie or may want to other people, but yeah.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. Haven't we looked at her case in a while?
No, I think he was wondering about the eyes. Well,
okay, so I see eyes, and then I see she puts a lot of
makeup on it, so that's going to
like dramatic makeup on it. That would impact it.
Can you do a search for without makeup? And sometimes you find certain searches, like them younger or without makeup, without sunglasses, and those reads count a lot. Okay, so he's saying what's up with her eyes. Well, I'll just say like here, I'm getting, I think Xiaoling was mentioning it too, a lot of drinking in.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of receptiveness in the eyes. Yeah. She's not pushing with them, she's receiving, and they're not a sleepier receiving or gauzy receiving that you would get with an ad sub, a tower. It's actually just immediate. There's an immediacy to the drinking in of whatever she's looking at. But then, so for me, that puts her right into ad-ob.
Yeah.
That amount of drinking. You see again here, she's kind of there, and what's going on with her mouth and cheeks, which we'll leave for right now, it's going along for this ride. Those eyes are just drinking in, and that's moving her where she's moving.
Yeah.
But here, you get it's a good picture. As bright as those are, I'm not seeing, which gets the next kind of breakdown, I'm not seeing laser camera lens quality to it. Mm-hmm. So that puts me to knee first as compared to V first.
Yeah, same. I think, like things like this can be tricky when she has,
But even here, actually, this kind of helps because the contrast between.
I think someone could look at like just the impact, the yangness of the makeup and make a correlation between the yangness of the makeup and the yangness of the receptivity of the eye.
Interesting. I went another route, but that's absolutely true. Good point. So one is that that kind of striking makeup, it's got more yangness to it. So that's a yang maneuver. She did a yang maneuver with makeup around her eyes, but that's actually a separate thing entirely from what her eyes are actually just naturally doing on their own. The angle I went, if you don't mind going back, this one could be good too if it clears up, but they both show this. I went with the angle of the clearness of V. When it's actually V, there is, I would say, a more poppy, for lack of a better term, contrast in the how should call it, but the kind of like an artistic term, so like the surface intensity. there's a striking contrast between the eyeball and the surrounding skin with V. Like it looks almost like glass. Do you mean where like with knee, for example, the gauzy or the diffuseness, it's obviously it's clearish compared to skin, but with knee, it doesn't look glassy. There's not the glass quality. It's shiny and bright, but it's not like glassy. So, which is one of the things that the V sometimes gives that called a doll-like quality, and it's meant as a positive thing, just aesthetically. It's poppy because the eyes look so clear. It almost looks like glass. You said Jolene likes the word jewel-like, but it does. It has this gem-like. Yeah, there you go. Gem-like. It has this gleam to it, and that gleam compared to like earthly skin, the contrast is quite big. The contrast with knee is softer. There's not as much of a contrast between the eye kind of surface, visual texture versus that of skin. Obviously, when this is a very extreme kind of case here, but really this falls into whenever Nemojos do porcelain looking, or I'll go further now, doll-like. In porcelain, there often is, the pale and then dramatic difference in colors at the lips and the eyes and the brow. So here she's kind of doing like a funky, edgy version of that. So she has done the whole face. She's mainly just done the eyes, but it still retains the doll-like quality. And because of that, the look of her eyes compared to that black colored skin, it's sharp. Very sharp visual difference between the two, and that is something that is associated usually with V. But I notice I'm more familiar with this. You'll see it where like a lot of the actors are sometimes they tend to make a bit different than Vmojos, but sometimes you'll notice they'll do a very doll-like look, and if that's the first images you're seeing, you're like, I think I should try to get a more naturalistic picture, because you do the real like white porcelainy skin with the poppy red lips. You see like, for example, like Jai Ni or Ni Jai. Telling them apart from Jai V and V Jai gets more challenging when they kind of do that porcelain doll look. So this is some sort of like goth doll, but still it has the doll modifier.
Yeah.
But even here, if you look at her eyes, like, and you take a moment, the difference between that eye and the dark, it's not as poppy as you'll notice, for example, like in a whole bunch of Vijay pop singers, and they're just doing like even kind of like more just normie makeup. Their eyes look like camera lenses.
Camera lenses, gems.
Gem-like. But here, this is still slightly diffuse, even in looking, even though the color around it's like super dramatic frame for effect.
Heavy black raccoon eye makeup.
Also, since we wrote this close up, it's a subtle cue, but for those who are watching for a while, they might be able to tune into this, is her skin does not have that sort of, this is meant as a compliment because people think it's quite attractive. I'm trying to find the right words, but a waxy plumpness. V skin has that. Even Nimojos to some degree have an element of that. But for Vmojos, it's prominent. It's a prominent signal. She doesn't have that. Although this is key, she's young and she has quite smooth, unblemished skin, but still it's not that waxy plump quality like a Vijay would have. Anything else? He mainly asked about the eyes, so I guess he's okay with the cheeks and mouth.
Yeah, but in terms of just now that just finish it up. My my OCD.
No, that's
we
cool.
have to complete it. But yeah, it looks like projected outward G pucker. And
see, that's really interesting.
Okay, that's what it looks like to me.
Okay, interesting. Okay, because what do you have down? I think have it down as Ni Jai, and I was actually getting pronounced by lips, so it's a good thing we actually look further into this.
Okay, good.
Interesting. He asked about the eyes.
Yeah. Let's see. Ni Jai.
Jai.
Okay. But maybe it's just
that's
what she was striking me as.
This something else too is that this is good. It's kind of higher level. The yangness thing, misreading the yangness possibly. Not saying it has, but maybe I did. I misread the yinness. But on that, it can also go into Zez change up, because she's doing two things here. One, she has the makeup on, the dramatic with the lips and so forth, but also she's doing pouty, neutral face in all of these.
Yeah.
See, for me, I'm getting lower lip.
I see in terms of volume, yeah, lower lip.
But also here, she looks like she's pouty in place. See, okay, that's interesting. You were getting projected. See, for me, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe this is interesting, kind of Ni's eye. This looks like pouty holding her place. And I know some of the Ni's eye that do that a lot, they can have very flat-looking cheeks.
Okay, maybe the flatness of the cheeks.
Brie Larson has that. I think she might still be Ni's eye, though I had to look at her more firmly to make sure she wasn't Xene eye, because she does this, doesn't do the makeup, but she kind of does this, just stare at you. And the lower lip just hangs slightly, and the cheeks are just really just not moving and just deadpanning you. But this resembles a Xene eye, Olivia Wilde.
Yes.
So that's I don't know. I'm not getting the same signal there.
No, I'm not, and I'm getting ad drinking in.
Again here, I'm getting more pouty rather than projected.
Okay.
But again, this could be a case where I'd like to get video, unless we get into here. Again, she reminds me like Eliza Dushku, not Dushku, the one from 24.
Yeah, I know who you're
the blonde one.
talking about. Yeah, I don't recall her name.
Cuthbert.
Yeah, Elisha Cuthbert.
Does a little bit of it, not the same, but a little riff action. Okay, how about here? Here she's smiling. Okay, I think the cheeks may be activating, and again, she could be young. That smile looks like she's using to steady herself, not projecting. But when they're young and insecure, for example, that can be a little tricky to dial in on. She looks like she's being hit in all of these. Not like in a bad way, but like pinged, like she's taking.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If we were, to do video, then there's movement differences between G and J, very helpful. But we're gonna see how far we can get here just for the pictures.
Yeah.
Because you see enough expressions, like again here.
Yeah, when she has like more natural makeup.
More natural, and she actually smiles.
Yeah.
That seems expected.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
She has also a bit of an unusual shaped mouth, a little bit like, what's her name? I forget, but it's got that kind of that bow mouth, a little bit. You know what I mean? And you see that more with Nisa. I don't know why that is, but that's more common with them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. But I see it here. The cheeks reacting.
That's something too. We talked about how the more she's got a little bit of going on here, the doll-like makeup look going on, where you kind of like unify the skin and you pop out the lips, is like I said, the eyes still are not contrasting with the skin in the same way that it would be if it was V. But there's something else to mention. The eyes do pop more because of the smoothing of the the kind of porcelain makeup, and then also the mouth is popped. So the eyes pop, kind of a more blank field. Mouth pop. That's something we really strongly associate with the Zez gatherers.
Yeah, Zez gatherers.
They have that look, just poppy big eyes, and then bammy mouth, and then this sort of smooth cheek field. Here, though, I can really see like how a person might think Vijay. That does look impacted to me.
Yeah. 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 Smile there.
Like
gushing.
And also look at her body language. She's kind of like in a trembling holding. She's like taking energy and sort of for just being with it a bit, and her body's doing this little crunch up, and that crunch up of her body is actually in unity with what the mouth is doing.
Yeah.
In here, tucking the chin in, lower lip sag. Yeah, she's a tricky case because she both does the makeup and then she also does like certain maneuvers she does with the makeup, deadpanning a lot and grr, a lot of deadpan and grr. Yeah, deadpan, grr, and like whatever. I'm so over it. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but okay.
But yeah, there. Yep. See it. All right.
Cool.
So Nijai.
Actually, I could have kept it as it was.
All right. Back up to bedtimes at the Old Royal.
Yep.
And we have.
Last one is Charles Halford, Sammy Wiles. And if we don't, he hasn't popped to us, let's do another one. I want to, because this is like the last person that I grabbed.
Cool.
I don't remember him. Do you?
Do
you remember who he was? His fate is in your hands, John Lee.
I don't. Yeah, let's see.
If you can tell me the scene. If you can tell me the scene, he can survive. Possibly.
Sammy Wiles. Was he a biker?
Okay, that does not sound confident, Charlene.
Wait.
She's fighting for you, Charles. She's fighting for you.
We have a good amount of pictures there, so I mean.
We have so many samples to read.
Okay. Yeah, no. Sorry, dude.
Sorry, dude. All right, let's look at another one.
All right.
So that's the end of, okay, so we'll do a go through, I think. Glass. All right, so we'll do a high level, and then these are three that I think we need to get.
All right.
It looks like we ended on
Russell Hosner.
Hosner.
All right.
I like this movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah, me too. Don't know why it got panned by critics. Well, I guess I know. But.
All right.
That's awesome.
He's getting a workout in.
Yeah, yep. All right. So first up, James McAvoy, Gina.
Bam. Bruce Willis. Nice.
Samuel L. Jackson, Nice.
Nijai, but you want to take a look at her?
Yeah. I think she has that unusual shaped mouth that you see more with Nijai, and she keeps her, expression flat.
Flat does the deadpan thing.
So yeah, maybe we'll put her at the top.
They kind of keep a stoic kind of bearing. I actually listened to a vlogger today that's the Nijai, that it's actually like a stoic. They do stoic vlogs. Oh, I mean, laugh to make that like silly. It's just sort of like it's counterintuitive. It makes me giggle that like, oh, you know what? That does make sense once you think about it a little more. But when I first like, oh, interesting. So yeah, same thing here is these riffs.
What is she?
Oh, she's Chinese. But I was curious, actually, if you don't mind moving on, because I think it's good high level. With this riff we're talking about, how do you interpret with your Jai?
The riffs of Nijai that.
Or even possible Nijai, these riffs of humans. This one here, the Anya Taylor one, and then the Taylor Momsen. I'm curious how you.
How do I interpret it in terms of what?
Just high level, or just like is there like what similarities would you actually ascribe to them? Or like you said a riff, even just one word, or what did you think is somewhat similar?
So KG.
Okay. Gotcha.
Perhaps wounded, and yeah, KG perhaps wounded and sensitive, and very adaptable. I think because of that, like caginess and just like keeping it flat while just taking the world in, they have a lot of survivability. Like you know what I mean? Like they they can ride out a lot of experiences in life and make it through them. You know, like they have a lot of like they have resiliency, I think, because they're just taking the world in. And
so it's interesting because you actually mentioned two concepts there that seem a bit different, but I guess that's why it's such an interesting kind of riff in some ways. Is you were saying sort of resilient, but then also wounded. So that's kind of interesting that they have a wounded but also resilient kind of signal going on at the same time. Yes, why is I'm kind of conflicted. Like is this like on average? You know, there's obviously not any one given thing, but on some of these riffs, you're like that seems to sometimes be more healthy on average, and other riffs or this or that. With this riff, I'm not quite sure. Kind of depends what they go with. I don't know.
It depends on because they can that can be taken different ways. I mean, because for example, like in different mojo, I think, but like the one that the one that was the young girl in the bad times at the El Royale, that character she was playing that got swayed by the guru, and then you like that, like you're just you've seen a lot and you can ride out a lot. So there was a resiliency in her, but then at the same time, like she was just drinking in and going with it, and then like being so cagey about stuff.
And sometimes it seems like
you can take it like the darker ways. I mean, you can.
But it also goes higher because it seems like her and maybe the other one too, Taylor Momsen to some degree. They're like, I know that about myself, so like I'm not just going to go where you want me to go. There's a little bit of a stubbornness, a stubborn streak that kind of comes off it. I'm not quite sure. Willful.
Yep.
Again, it kind of contrasts that you're saying that they may have had a proclivity, and still do a proclivity to being moved easily. They easily, maybe a lot of them do well in, performance art and so forth. They get moved easily, but then there can be sort of like a pugnaciousness about I will just get moved wherever. So interesting.
I make my own choices. Okay, so I think this was the next one. Johnny Sarah Paulson. Okay.
This guy. Oh, he's the son.
So Spencer Treat Clark.
Do you know what he is?
No.
Do you want to take a guess?
This is just a guess, but I don't know. Maybe Naiji.
Yeah, that's what John is.
Okay. Seeing piercing eyes and aware and sub. Okay.
Charlene is Gina. Do we have her? Here, look. Okay, cool. So Luke Kirby's first one that comes up that we don't have. Good. All right. Oh, you know what? Who was she?
Mrs. Price.
Is she with the mom in makeup? Because I was wondering at the time, but I think that it was a younger actress that they made up.
Mrs. Price, yeah, because Elijah Price and Mrs. Price.
Yeah, I think she had some
prosthetics.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the first we have to get. I think he's one of the nurses.
Yeah.
Bad nurse. I think this is the other nurse. We have him.
Daryl. Is he an IZ? Or I'm wondering like
that or Shiny.
Yeah. So
I think we take a look. I think we have him in the collection.
Can we read them then?
Yeah.
If we don't.
Let's take a look now before you look them up. See if we can get pictures then.
Okay, so I see Sub with Nez and Jai.
Same here. The question is going out the mouth. Okay, can you go back real quick? That body language reminds me of like Jack Whitehall. He stands like that sometimes. Because you go back real quick. He's got a break at the neck, the shoulders, the hip, upper hip and lower hip, and at the knee. I guess the question is how tensioned it is.
Yeah.
He doesn't smile a lot like big smiles. So I'm trying to tell tension levels first. This body language again reminds me of a tower. Yeah, I think he has rather flat cheeks and he doesn't smile much. I'm trying to pay attention to the ones where he does smile or give a little motion.
I have not seen it go up high into his face yet. So this.
How about there? That's very little mouth movement. Look at the cheek.
I don't see it.
All right.
Okay, I see it here.
Maybe he's like a real shy Nazi or something. Because the body language seems gentle or something.
Sensitive.
Sensitive, yeah.
But I don't know what that means exactly because I've seen Nazi sensitive.
Oh yeah, but I haven't seen pushing yet. His body language and his eyes and his face are not pushing me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel his mouth pulling me, but it could just be he has, I guess, maybe a lot of jai. That does happen. I'm getting a stronger. Okay, up here where he. I think that might be up there.
Okay.
Again, that body language.
Yeah, I see it there.
Right here, he's smiling. Because I'm really feeling like the state of his jai.
Mm-hmm.
That body language reminds like ziny and shiny.
It's very thin.
I'm not getting tensioned, like the way his fingers are dangling there.
Yeah, that's shiny and ziny wrists. Yeah, I see it. I'm seeing it. Yeah, there too.
Again, it's interesting on this theme. A bit of a stoic. It's hard to find. He like this look here. He does this look a lot.
Yeah.
He likes that look. Even here, where he's kind of being more mellow, but still, he this expression. This is like I think somewhere near his default, kind of like his main go-to
expression. He does have this. Yeah, I see. Shiny. Oh. We want to check and see what.
Yeah, I'm curious because if it's different, then we can pull him looking more. If it's the same. We can.
Adam David Thompson, shiny.
Okay, cool.
Yep, cool.
All right, so
going back to the cast.
Yep.
And in night.
Actually, I'll take a look at him.
Yeah.
Just because he's been down as an Nijai at one point, but then I think he might be Nizai. I put him at that, but I'm still not sure, so I feel I'd like to take a look at him.
Okay. Cool. We have cheer.
Yeah, skip those. Not much. Okay. And this guy. I'm curious. Did I put him down?
George Serge Didenko.
Yeah, yes. I did. So him, and then so I think that's Superman punch person and his camera person.
Camera. Yeah.
The duo.
The assistant.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
And, that's the main cast.
That's the main cast. All right.
All right. So let's go down to requested. And we'll come back and get into it.
Let's do it. Okay, we have Remy Gallard, a French prankster.
I wonder what that is. Guess depends on the prank.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
What's his Zez?
Yeah.
But I mean, we're saying he has a broad, fuller face, and I'm also saying that the cheeks don't seem to be very active compared to what's going on in this mouth area. All right, can you look this way now? It could be he's squinty, but I don't know what this means necessarily, like exactly, but I'm not seeing like V sometimes pops out when it's there.
Yeah.
I'm looking for V.
Yeah, I'm not seeing V.
Not seeing V.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so, but he is squinting a lot. Eventually, I'm kind of wondering about Nizai and Zibai.
Yeah, me too.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I want to see video.
Yeah.
Because he seems pretty zany, but I don't know. There are zany Zibai.
Yeah, I'm still between Zibai and
Nizai. But also Nizai, you see them, they can get real stunt person-y.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think I feel good about Ob, Zez, and I think I'm seeing some combo of Vi and Z.
Yeah.
His mouth's interesting. I'm not sure. It's kind of severe looking, but he also has thin lips, which can make that. So I don't know if it's that.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Yeah, I like to see him, hear him talk, see him move his hands. All right, well, we got pretty far there.
Cool. Back.
So
the startup class. We have Anya Taylor-Joy.
I believe we have her down as a Nijai. So you were wondering about possibly VIs, maybe, and you're wondering also possibly G.
Yeah.
This is another good. But we definitely agree right away of eyes popping.
Yeah.
Lots of drinking in.
Drinking in.
This looks like an ad ob. Yeah, eyes.
Yeah.
And then the cheeks and mouth are along for that ride.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So, what are you thinking? You work?
Well, we're working her, right? Yeah. So I'm.
Okay, can I go back quicker? The last one. Yeah. Okay. Here, she has that kind of bow mouth. You see here, she's got that shape where it's like a little bow here. Almost, you know what I mean? It's like a, you know what I mean? Like a bow and arrow. This is the skinny top parts at the far end, is in the middle. You have this kind of bow thing. And you do see that more with Nizai. But I have to say, it looks a little bit like she's gritting her teeth. It doesn't have that projected, like, here are my teeth. You know, she's like, you know, it kind of, even the friendly way, kind of skins its teeth and presents its teeth. It could again be because she's young, but I would say I am noticing a kind of, there's not a sureness in projection. So, but maybe that's youth.
Yeah. I mean, here she's reminding me of, riffing me of an actress. She is married to Mumford and Sons. Yeah.
I'm sure. But up here, this is pretty good lighting and everything, and she's fairly naturalistic looking. To me, those eyes don't have the same kind of contrast that V would have.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so that's, you're more between Nijai and Nizai?
Yes.
I've been starting to really make like what I call like a Mackie kind of smile. Like here. She has that bow shape, but it looks like she's kind of like holding her ground. This is not meant in a bad way. It's actually meant strictly in a kind of motion way. It seems more of a defensive emoting.
Yeah, it reminds me that emoting. Yeah, the one that the name I was trying to remember was Carrie Mulligan. She has more.
No, she does this a lot too.
Like this, yeah, kind of defensive, shy.
Yeah, for me.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah, from here, like the one I wonder is like is a Vijay. But I do think as bright as those eyes are, and as pale as that's another too. is pale skin. If you just have very pale skin, that also tends to give a high contrast with the eyes. Actually, very dark skin or very pale skin both give a lot of contrast with the eyes. I think I'm getting second conversation. Although here, like what she's got her makeup more done on, it's more challenging to make the distinction.
Yeah.
Well, if you go with that last one.
Which one?
Just good. She was looking back or something. Oh, the hair. Oh, here. The eyes have a lot of contrast to the face here, but this is kind of going for me. When I noticed here, I was like, yeah, but it's still diffuse, but also she's doing a lot of her eye here. And I've noticed with the V mojos, when they give this much I, which means this much V, there's a corresponding embodiedness. She has kind of a not embodiedness here.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, I get let's see, one with Tom Cruise.
Kitty Holmes?
Yeah, Kitty Holmes. Isn't Carey Mulligan? Yeah, that looks impacted.
And she has teeth that also project a little slightly, not in a bad way or anything, but it just does. And so that's something that, because G users tend to judge with their emoting, there is also part of that, like your teeth come forward.
Yeah, that also looks dry.
Yeah, expectant.
Expectant.
Cool.
All right.
Back to requested.
We have Danielle Ganser.
Swiss historian and author. Okay, the first thing's kind of hitting me overall. I think I'm feeling dirt.
Yeah.
Pushing energy from the eyes and face.
Agree.
Okay. A lot of these pictures, there's like, I see things, elongation of the face. Some of them, like this one, it's not as distinct as some other ones, but other pictures of him there is. But here, his body language seems sub to me. I feel like I'm seeing broken lines. I'm not sure the tensioning level necessarily, but.
Agree, and you see it here too.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah,
Also,
I think I'm seeing.
Line.
Yeah, I think I'm seeing dirt tensioning. I think I'm seeing broken lines with tensioning.
Yeah, yeah. So sub dirt.
Yeah.
Or sub. Read.
I think the eyes seem possibly a little tight.
Yeah, I'm wondering about Vaigi, actually.
Yeah. So now it's kind of working on the cheeks. Use serious face a lot, but yeah, it looks like activation there. Here's this one. Interesting. Here. Yeah, because he's. Yeah, I'm still working on the cheeks. Okay. Yeah, that's what activation. But down here, I think he might be jutting with G.
Yeah, and it looks aware, like his expression.
He's connecting with it.
And also his hands are not like the hard bronzy.
No, the more hard spidery.
Hard spidery.
Hard crystalline.
More precise. G, by G.
Yeah. This one here. Yeah, tell me where you're on now. Yeah. See, there's not smiling big, but still going up. Yeah, again, he has the broken lines, not squared off, but tensioned.
That looks like we're moving. So
in the eyes. I mean, the cheeks, but not the eyes. And the eyes have piercing in the tight kind of piercing of.
Yeah, you can see the concern here.
All right, Vaji, soft read.
Back up to glass. We have
Shyamalan. Shyamalan. I don't know. All right, but yeah. So I'd updated him a while back to knees eyes to make sure I'm still good with that.
I see eyes. I see a lot of
diffuse eyes.
Yeah, I see drinking in.
So knee. Just knee first.
Yeah, knee first. Yeah.
So now it's about the cheeks and mouth. His mouth is broad, which I tend to associate more among the gatherers, more with the
visa, like the Cheshire.
And visa, yeah. They tend to have broader. Yeah, it has a bit of a chipmunky face, but I don't know if I'm seeing flexation.
It's a little bit like an Ab Zaini.
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum!
Yay.
I was thinking about an expression like
I know,
Jurassic Park.
Yes, I know what you mean.
That, and I was like, that.
Very warm.
Yeah, very warm.
I don't think the cheeks are activating much.
No.
Lips have a more placed pucker.
It's like Jeff Goldblum type of expressions. That's funny body language. It's like ad.
And they're both having like, yay!
Yeah. We're having fun. Sideways.
Yeah. And right there you see it. Bruce Willis is but his emoting is ad. It's and its signal strength is under the cheek strength. Here, he actually has ad energy overall, but his emoting is projected. It's the yang. It's the So it's, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Like Bill Willis is being.
That's the thing about you're saying about the songs that.
Yeah, exactly. Right here, Bruce Willis is overall doing a note, and under that note, because his eyes and his cheeks are notes, and they're the stronger notes. But then he actually has an emotive ad note. Then over here, you see, and they're reacting off each other. They're doing what they're doing because they're doing to each other. This is them reacting to each other energy, and of course, the room they're in. Yep. What's his name? M. Night Shyamalan? Okay. We'll go with that. Is his body language, the hands, everything, it's overall ad signal. The eyes drinking in, and the cheeks are not moving, but that's in a sort of holding space capacity. All that is ad. And then he is projecting with his mouth, but that's the under signal. And this is all observable. Those things happening, and they're happening together. It's one thing. Like, although there's nothing necessarily you could touch between Bruce Willis's face and body and the face and body of M. Night Shyamalan, they're connected. we've all been in conversations, so put yourself in the same position. They're moving as they are, hands there where they are, face as it is, doing this in a dance together. Obviously, it's part of their overall dance of like each being themselves and in that room, but they're having a little thing here now, and that's a single unit. It's three things: Bruce Willis, M. Night Shyamalan, and the interplay. But those three things are actually one thing. That's one thing all together, and you can see it.
Yep. All right. So needs eye.
Still needs eye. Cool.
Okay.
Back to requested.
We have Greg Garcia.
A TV director, producer, and author. Yes, dear. My name is Earl. Is that two different things?
Two different things.
I thought.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
But that could be a show.
Yes,
dear.
My name is Earl. Is this guy?
Greg Garcia. What did he do overall?
Comedy writing looks like. That's him. That's him.
Okay, let's go to IMDb then.
Yeah, for us. Not a lot. Let's go.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. You go back.
Sure. Here.
That body language seems add to me.
Add. Yeah.
The tension in the neck, the shoulders, and his hand, all of it.
Agreed.
I think possibly compact too. Compact wiggly.
Yeah. I think it's possibly a knee's eye.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. I'm just also just taking an extra look at his cheeks and everything, because he has a bit more of a rounded face and softer, kind of fleshy face, which you see more with Nijai.
Yeah, let's see, because that's the end of the pictures there. So let me see.
Maybe see is more the wrong word. Maybe there is a link to that as well. But I'd say more that kind of look. It's a little like pouchy, or not pouchy, but you know what I mean.
A little softer.
Softer and poofier, whatever. But it can make the cheeks look like they're flex mounding, where they're just mounding. Like right here, like the last picture. His cheeks are kind of just mounding because he has that kind of face structurally.
Yeah.
But really what it is he's actually just lifting up, and they're lifting, and because they're already kind of like that, they just swell up a bit.
Yeah.
But they're not actually flexing into that position.
Yeah, because he's kind of like, his smile is going out, and so radiating outward, but the cheeks are not being activated.
Also, his eyes, just to separate from maybe the V first mode, they don't look that clear. They look bright, but not clear.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that his lady?
Looks like it, but
Double knees eye, maybe.
Yeah.
And the body language looks add. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knees eye.
Knees eye. Back up to Gladys, we have Lou Kirby.
Plays the other nurse.
Pierce.
Add nurse.
All right.
And I don't know what this means necessarily, but his face is a little broader and fuller than.
Yeah, he looks odd.
Yeah,
to
okay.
me,
I think same here.
with nets.
Same here.
I'm considering Nijai, Jinai.
I'm considering knees eye as well.
And Nijai, okay.
Like this, if I kick here,
Yeah.
I wonder if those cheeks are flexing, or if they're just being wrinkled because they're being pushed up, like plate tectonics. They're just crumpling the field. But it's not. There's anything crumpling it because there's pressure coming up from the mouth area. Compared to they are flexing and lifting the cheeks with their own fascia. Maybe I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Out here, get a little body language on. Interesting mouth.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's Jai. Maybe you were there with the Nijai. I was trying to take his cheeks in what they're doing. But yeah, he's got a little bit of a lower lip energy. Tends to have a bit of a pained look.
Yeah.
His hands here look like compact wiggly. He's fairly skinny, but his hands and his head seem pretty compact. And in these kind of things, you'll see that like some of Ob Mojos, they may have like tall bodies overall, but often you'll still see a compact silhouette in the hands and the head. He looks worried a lot.
Yeah.
Like here, reminds me a little bit like a young Patton Oswalt.
Mm-hmm.
And here also, yeah, here also.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe the musculature we talk about here.
Yeah. I'm shy.
Jack pulling down the sides of the mouth down.
Yeah. I think this is a niche eye.
Damn, the Adroms were doing the heroes wrong. Well, heroes and villains. Yeah, it looks impacted, right?
Yeah. Like a eye.
Yeah, he says kind of flat cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the body language. Look at his hands, and that looks ad ob. Yeah, I think his cheeks are moving there. He has a bit of a broad smile. It's kind of, but the expression is, again, see his body crimping there a bit? He's doing that in time with the Zhai. With those who have Xi, I believe even Xi, where they have it as their altered state, still there's more of a body swelling or projecting when you're doing more motor maneuvers.
Yeah.
Because you have that as well, where you actually, when your like body's more in motion, just like when you talk, you tend to have flatter cheeks when you're like striding. Do you know what I mean? Forward with energy.
Yeah.
And then when you have more like emoting, it's often when you're standing, swaying, you're in place, and the energy well there, holding. Where myself, I noticed like my emoting, I tend to kind of like the natural G snarls or whatever they'll do, the funny things they do. That tends to go with forward motion. So.
Yeah.
Like here, his cheeks are kind of flat when he's actually like talking.
Talking, yeah.
You have this look here. I associate that. Just the mouth area, I associate that with Zhai Mojos, and the mouth with the eyes, I associate with Adroms.
And he looks compact, broad face. His eyes have the most energy.
And then like the hands there too, still compact, wiggly. Here too, you can see as well. Like he has a lean arm, but as lean as the arm is, he doesn't actually have. First of all, the hands are compact, not elongated. But there's also that elongation we talk about that the sub-mojos have in the shoulder, at the front and back of the elbow and the wrist. He actually doesn't have that elongation. They're just really, his arms are lean, but doesn't have that wrist elongation. Yeah. His finger elongation.
It looks impacted.
And
they're kind of making a similar expression.
Yeah, they are. Again, kind of relate this to music. Can you go back to that last one you're showing me? Where they were together. They're doing it here, but they also do. There's here, it's on here, they're doing it. But basically, visually, those last three pictures, if you equate to signals notes, to kind of like music notes, they're doing a song here. You're saying two Nijai, kind of like, two squirrels, two whatever. They're both actually doing a Nijai reaction. And if you see enough of them, they know that the other one's there. Yeah. Obviously, you could say that just because you'd see in the picture, but they know. Yeah. And they are doing maneuvers. For example, if you've studied, I've seen this in nature channels, people talk about this. If you've actually seen enough any animal, there's certain body language it takes on. It's very subtle and hard to describe, but if you watch enough of them, there's squirrel by itself, squirrel with mate, squirrel with rival, squirrel with food you can chase, squirrel when a predator is nearby. And there's certain subtle body language, but people really know what they're doing. They'll actually know that a tiger or something is in the area without seeing the tiger, but they can see the body language of an animal they know, and they know that animal gets that body language when it has that to ping off of. So subtle, but that's all observable. It is contiguous. There's a contiguousness between their bodies and their awareness that the other person is there. And here you can obviously see it because she's touching him and they're in a movie together. So they know, I mean, obviously it is known, but.
Apparently they dated.
Okay, cool too. And that's all known. But what I'm talking about, you can just see it. You can just see these are two Nijai who are actually reacting to an energy together.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks Nijai.
They were bad. They were bad nurses.
Bad
bad nurses. Yeah, the body language. It's not as long and loose as the other nurse, the Jaini nurse. Mm-hmm. You know, he was more dramatic with the hips and the knee and the shoulder. Like it was more dramatic, but he has it too.
Yeah.
A little more compact and wiggly with it, but it's still there. Yeah. Cool.
Okay, Nijai.
Nijai.
I found 2 requests.
Do it.
We have Alexander Golan,
a German politician.
AFD. Okay, well, okay, so I see Jai, I think, here.
Yeah.
Looks impacted emoting.
It does.
Jai and Z.
Yeah, the cheeks.
Z first, I think, maybe.
Maybe. I'm just throw this out here, is we're taking in his age. Because all these photos look like they are after, 50.
Looks like that that captain from The Wire. You know, the one who's after the Skivadors.
Yeah.
Skivadors.
As the feud was Zabatka. Now that just the mouth there a little bit reminds me of Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
It has a kind of twisted, inward twisting, pugnacious look.
Pugnacious and a downturned corners of the mouth.
But then it kind of like pushes the droopy lip. Because his lip is actually not very puffy, but this expression pushes it up and makes it kind of.
Yeah, I have this pugnacious, like, I'm not going to be swayed from my position. No. I'm strong. I'm strong in my position.
The emoting seems quite, just mentioning it, seems quite localized.
It does.
Very, very strong in that, right on the lip area.
Yeah.
But here, and also the one we just saw there, it doesn't really radiate much even into the lip plate. And here, I think, where he's actually making some big talking, this one, these two, yeah. Even here, look, as compared to like a Nijai, the lip plate isn't even really, it's lifting. The lip plate is lifting, but it's pretty much a bar.
Yep.
A plate.
And his hands are compact.
Very compact.
And
tensioned.
Tensioned. This looks like an Av.
Now he's giving quite a hard look here.
Z.
But I think I'm seeing Nai, because he's actually got quite a hard yang look.
But the eyes are dreamy. Still
dreamy, still diffuse.
Cunning.
Very, very pushing, piercing with the eyes, but it's a dreamy piercing. It really pops there because he's really giving he's kind of giving the hard. There too.
Yeah.
And the scance, he's giving it a scance look. When you give kind of like a hard look or a scance look, it tends to actually increase the Nai or Vi, whatever it is.
Yeah, you see a lot of the pugnacious Jai, Z first with Jai localized.
Compact, tensioned hands. Now, see, if you see him here just real quick, this is mentioning is that, I mean, we can see it now too, but it was helpful to see some of the other pictures. When someone actually has a certain kind of puffiness to the face, or if someone necessarily gets older, the face can have more, in a static way, more quote unquote movement. but it's actually the movement of, having weathered the face. It can look quite cool and everything, but it actually has like contours that have been created from time just being there. They're not contours of fascia flexating and creating, because obviously, jets tend to have more contours when they're making emotive movements in the cheeks. There'll be more contours created. So here, like for example, you see it, he has more contours in his face, the cheek here, in here, and then this one here as well, and then a little bit under the droopy here, and then up here. So there's several kind of like things coming in. There's even like a little bit of subtle line there, you see, and actually a subtle line here. You see this? There's a subtle one that's going up in here. And so all those subtle depressions can give the illusion of fascia movement. So it helps to see more pictures or in video. But you can still see it. Like if you've seen enough, it's like, I think you saw it right away, because I think the first pictures we saw were kind of like that, but the cheeks aren't really flexating. But sometimes with faces like his, as they get older, it can be a little more challenging to see when they are in a photo. But there, look at that tension.
Hands, yeah.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That is der-ob tension. That is Xeni tension.
This man is Xeni.
Boom. I'll take that.
Back up to glass.
Okay, so these ones we might not be able to get because they might be low media, but they were kind of interesting thing. They weren't in the movie very long, but
yeah,
but they were interesting.
Serge Didenko is
Superman Punch and his cameraman.
All right.
Not a lot.
Let's see IMDb.
Okay. Looks odd. So we can see,
yeah,
see what we can get.
Odd.
I'm getting fullness, and they were talking about the scene here. Either he has his head cocked to the side. Notice how it doesn't make like this loose S shape. Like he's got his shoulders, and then he's tilting his neck in one direction, and he's tilting his head back slightly the other, and that creates, doom, angle. But it's not an S. There's actually something about submojos. They actually can create.
They can kind of settle into it.
Like, yes, it's like a slouchy. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like here, he's made off angles. He's not slouchy. It's not broken lines. It's not broken lines.
Yeah. He's
actually made some line action. You know what I mean? So it's not. He has unsquared himself off. You know what I mean? He knows. I think he's doing it on purpose. He's actually made one shoulder down, tilted the neck, and tilted the head. He's posing, and it's a cool pose. He's giving his pose visual interest, but still looks squared off to me.
Yeah.
So, buddy, although we act like they're trying to hide it from us. But,
it looks stir to me.
Interesting. Maybe for myself, I think I'm going first to the cheeks. I think I'm not seeing much activation. I think I'm seeing Zez.
Yeah. I don't know. His eyes look piercing to me. Wondering about Xeni because I keep getting like a Xeni but not with the cheeks not moving.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking Xeni or Nizai. That's where I got down to. Yeah, I'm getting Ab and Zez.
Something about that seems a little more holding ground, impacted, rather than projecting outward.
I see what you mean. Yeah, even here, his body language doesn't seem wiggly.
I haven't seen any evidence yet here. I mean, it looks squared off. Pilot tension.
Der-ob. Oh yeah.
You see,
here we go. This looks really easy now.
And you see like the lip here, how he's sort of doing that pugnacious pucker.
Lower. Puff out or the
puff out. Yeah. Yeah, that looks impacted. I think we're back to the beginning.
Oh, that was good. Look at those. Yeah, I'm thinking Xeni.
Yeah.
Superman, Punch Man.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of tension.
It is. Besides being muscular, because like Nizai, they'll get muscular too. They still have the wiggle.
exactly.
Even though they're like ripped. So here. Yeah, I'm getting the Xeni. I'm the Xeni connection as well.
Yeah.
And again, big 2 Xeni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here, I think, this is more talking about kind of describe this language about the one thing. Go back here. To help you understand how this connection is there, can we agree, once you've seen enough, that this is a Xeni doing Xeni stuff? So is 50 Cent. And he's touching him. And they're both in this motif that includes that they are actually holding like ground together in a brotherly way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the thing, you can physically see it.
Mm-hmm.
If 50 Cent took his hand one finger off from this pose, would it still have that quality? Yes. What if it's 2 fingers? This is great, kind of philosophical, kind of a thought experiment. Now take 3, now 4, now 5. The hand's just hovering over it, but everything else is pretty much still the same. Isn't it the same thing? At what point did that connection, just from this one thing, did it go away? It didn't. So if you
they're still doing something, just the meaning of it might be
slightly different, right? But the fact,
or it may be in a different place within the same maneuver, or it might be a different maneuver.
yes, exactly. But the connection of their maneuvers connecting to each other because they're both sharing space-time, that would still be there. So that's good. Now, if you kind of did a thought experiment, he's here, and now they're having the energy they're having because they're both the instrument they are, but they're playing a song in the same scenario together. And then if that hand comes off, would it really, the signal not be there because he physically wasn't touching? Okay, then at what point does that actually stop? I would say, observably, it's when they believe that that person is not actually physically there anymore. As long as they are reacting to, they actually think that that person is there, like even if the person's far enough away, but it's like staring at them. As long as they feel that connection that this other person and them are kind of in a scenario together, they're sharing a scenario. As long as that is mentally occurring, that connection between each instrument's maneuvers is there because they're actually reacting to, I am connected. That's the simplest one is if you can be, you can actually, if you can be heard, how people react if they actually hear someone talking and they don't see them. But definitely, if you're in a room and you actually know the other person's also in the room, you're instrumentally playing a song based on that. And that's observable. You can clearly see it here if you've seen enough. And then you can see if they were just to separate, it would still be there, I would say, from what we observe, pretty much until the person leaves the room. As long as they're in scene, you react to that song, including their instrument.
Okay.
Yep.
Xeni.
Xeni. This is cool, kind of articulating how we talk about how we can see the palettes, the fields, the mojos. But now we're actually talking about, you can see alchemies.
Mm-hmm.
You can see alchemies and motifs.
Back to requested, we have Melanie Gatos.
A model and actor. So challenging.
Okay. All right. So I see, let's see. So if we just look at the hands, they look long.
They do.
She looks sub, and I also see a lot of breaking. So
a lot of breaks.
I think looking at a tower. And the eyes have diffuse quality, so Nez. So we're looking at a Nez tower.
Yeah. Obviously, in modeling, that makes it most likely to be a Zaini, but
yeah,
we want to kind of just go with what we can see. Obviously, with she has an unusual look. The mouth and cheek interaction is going to have a more modifier. Janine did a great job. She kind of like worked everything leading that area till the end.
Yeah, so that's a big expression, like in motive
not
expression.
Not
much flexating. It looks localized, like I'm seeing localized. You know, and you have to take in like she has this corrective surgery there, and so her upper lip plate wouldn't behave necessarily you know, like standard.
Right. Yeah, because that also, it's kind of pulled back and sort of truncated a bit.
Yeah.
It makes the lower lip look like it's protruding, stand out more.
Yeah. Makes it stand out more. But in terms of like, if you just
energy,
look at it, energy and emoting,
it's actually lifting up.
Yeah.
It's not sagging down. Jai tends to sag down as compared to lift up. And you have to see the Nez tower lines.
Yeah.
Add sub Nez. That's how cool. Add sub Nez. That's cool. Yeah.
It's highly stylized.
Oh yeah, but even still, you can tell the low tension levels.
Yeah.
Very low tensioning.
Yeah. Yeah. Here looks placed, like even.
It does. Even though the lower lip's standing out more, just for structural reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here, this is on the S. That just, this kind of pose, both the ad-ob and the dur-ob, it's not a tensioning thing, because I noticed because even the ad-ob, they don't do this. They have low tension, they have wiggliness, you know what I mean? The general, the tendons and so forth have the low tensioning, but they don't have
the easy S.
No, the easy S. Whereas, for example, Naiji do, even though they're tensioned.
Yeah, here, smile, but that's not.
And she has cheekbones that are kind of like protrude a bit into skin, you know, what you call it, protruding cheekbones. She has a bit of protruding cheekbones, but they don't flexate.
That looks like a pucker.
It does. That looks like trumpet.
Pucker.
Again, here you can see the real low tensioning. Very, very yin. On this, I see more of a, I think I mentioned before, as far as yang versus yin, I see a stronger connection on that to zez, zhez in the face. You mean, so like the zai first, the face is more yang than the zhai first. When it comes to body, the body tensioning, for example, for me, the yang yin of Nez Vez pops more. Both the ad sub Nez, the knee towers, have to me yinner gesturing and body language than both of the V second, the Zhai V and the Zai V. Like the Zez Zhez to me is less powerful of a signal in the gesturing and the overall body thing. To me, like the knee, like this, for example, like her hands and body overall, just movement of it seems more yin than a Zhai V.
Yeah.
As compared, but if you say the face of like Zaini versus Zhai V, the cheek's not moving because it's such a big feature of the face. That yang seems to jump out more. Think about others for it, yeah, because on the face, it's just the skin. The skin kind of subtle quality, but it's there. But here you can see all the breaks. And just where the fingers just droop like that. It's a very yin kind of look. I'm curious how you feel with that. I noticed myself that like we usually look at the faces, we try to get what you can, but often you're out and about, you don't see the face right away. You may walk up from behind a person, so we're reading them even before then. And a lot of times, we get people right. Read's close to right, yeah, just seeing them from behind or like just their arm on a table. And that's one thing I've noticed is that seeing from like just a person's body. I could think
body lines tell you a lot.
They tell you a lot.
And then silhouette, the posture, all the tension, the lines. Yeah, tells you a lot.
Yeah, and going on that relates to when you said the connection with the Zenai and Jinai. I noticed that a lot in their overall carriage. Like if I see the face, and you just focus on the face, I notice that I'm often trying to weigh them apart from another Z mojo more, another Zez mojo, a Zvi or a Nizai. But if you just see their body, them moving, we'll usually go right to, it's a tower, or in this case, it's a pilot. And the Ginai and the Zenai, there's something about their body, the way it moves. You don't see their head, you don't see the cheeks at all like that. You just see the body. There's a very distinct nice second way they move their bodies. It's squared off slinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, squared off slinky. So squared off slinky, if you're looking at the overall body and then moving, that really pops out. I'm curious, do you ever get Zez from Jez? The one I do get is if I see just the Zaini or Jaini hands.
Zez from Jez, how?
Like seeing Franzi versus Crystalline, Franzi versus Spider.
Yeah, I can see it.
I can see that, but not all of them.
Talking about like seeing Zez versus Jez of like not seeing the face.
Not seeing the face, exactly.
Yeah, right.
I can see it there, but not all
out
of them.
hands, maybe.
Maybe that's hard.
That's harder.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think, like, if I just saw the hands, because this happens a lot, for example, when I just see the hands sometimes, that people who are working in service industry, which there's a good amount of Vijay and Vizai, I can usually tell right away it's a V first.
Yeah.
It has that fleshy, compact wiggle, boom. But actually, sometimes, a lot of times, I need to look at the face. I need to see the cheeks.
Yeah, because sometimes you can, for example, with like Zaini and Vaiji, you know, like the hands can be like, if you just look at it quickly, or like you don't, you know, it can, you know, you'll need to see the face to distinguish.
Yeah.
Although in that case, probably the lines.
Well, it's butt tensioning.
Yeah, the tensioning. Yeah.
But still, that's actually during ad. So again, we can tell Nez and Jez with just the hands, and we can tell Dur versus ad. But Jez versus Zez, that signal strength gets, I think, way more subtle in the body. On the face, it's I'd say like maybe the second one, or it's really up there. Cool, Zaini.
Yeah, Zaini.
Interesting case.
All right, back up to glass. We have Russell Posner.
This is his cameraman. What's the point of randomly Superman punching people if you don't have a friend who records it for posterity?
All right, he looks ad.
Looks sub too.
So yeah, and looks like me.
Nez, yeah, looks dreamy. Doesn't have, like right here. I'm not getting embodiedness.
No. I'm looking at a tower.
Nez tower.
Nez tower.
Add sub Nez. Add sub Nez. He has a bit of a soft oval face, but like here, I don't know if I'm seeing the cheeks actually activate much. And here, I'm wondering if that's trumpet. I mean, if it's not, it's an interesting pucker he has.
Yeah.
Is it possible this
Was Zinez?
Zinez do of wrongs? Yeah, again, he has a bit of an oval face, and the cheekbones kind of protrude a little bit, so they make like pre-mounds without any flexating. But I don't know. I'm not getting Jez flexation from them.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the shy smile. I think it's because of his youth. I think that's still trumpet I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the cheeks activate. I'm seeing sheerness. And there, go back to there. From far away, it's hard to see his face as well. But right with the body lines, I would go Nez, add sub Nez right away. Long, low tensioned, and not embodied. Do you know what I mean? Like that pops out that it's knee, not V.
Yep. So I think that's
Zaini. Cha-ching.
Back down to requested. We have
G Dragon, music artist. Maybe challenging. I think he's from that group. They had like, what was it? That hit song? I don't know. Like a G6. I think they did the Like a G6. Like a G. Remember that was huge. Like a G6.
Was that him? I don't think so.
That's not him.
No, they're like.
Who did? All right, now I have to know who does Like a G6. I got confused. Far East. Is he part of Far East?
No.
He's not part of Far East.
No.
Who's at Far East? Fire minds want to know. So it's Kev Nash. Kev Nash, Progress, DJ Vermin, and Jay Split, but not G Dragon.
No, because they're in
I feel
LA.
I feel so much better now.
South Korea.
I do. I feel like I've learned. My K-pop knowledge.
Well, they're not K-pop.
Oh my goodness! I'm just crushing it here with the
They're
badness.
American hip hop and electronic.
All right.
They just happen to be Asian.
Wait a minute. It says K-pop group.
But that's a single that they collaborated with a
okay.
K-pop group.
Okay.
So they probably are.
That question: do you have to be from Korea for it to be K-pop? What if you actually
No,
just do it
but their style is American hip hop and electronic.
Okay,
music.
I see. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't educated everyone. I'm a better person for it. True story.
All right. Well, he looks
Looks ad.
and the broken lines here. They're
He's
long.
He's young, but he looks pretty lean.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking.
Add
sub.
Yeah. The tower.
Now here's what we're talking about. K-pop or not K-pop, but still.
He's K-pop. Yeah.
Okay, but then they have the very dramatic kind of contrast in the eyes and the cheeks, and then also sometimes the Asiatic skin can have a very fine quality, and so again you have that pop between the eyes and the skin around it.
Yeah, because he's different than Far East.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But with that said, I do think he had. Oh yeah, no, right. But I was saying I do think I'm seeing perhaps camera lens here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could at least say that Far East movement is K-pop friendly.
Yeah.
All right, now here, those cheeks might be moving.
Yeah. Gem-like quality of the eyes.
This is good. That picture's really good because a lot of the other ones are a bit more stylized, but that one looks more naturalistic, like it was in a red carpet or something. Yeah, this kind of stuff's harder to work with. Now I have to factor in also the Asiatic factor that he has rather flat cheeks. But if we can see him smiling, at least that one, I thought was seeing some good. Like here,
yeah.
When he smiles, I think I am seeing flexation there.
Yep, same here. Drivey.
I think so. I'd like to see if I could one more naturalistic picture. Find one of those. Or we just start back at the top because I've gotten my more dialed in here. We'll put this. Yeah, again, I'm getting more of a motiveness to him, even though he's not doing much.
Also, here looks like shy, impacted.
Yeah. All right. Javi.
Maybe. We're up with the
wire. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's real quick. Who's the last person that is on this? Just so we know. So Donette will be the last person. All righty. This has got a big cast, and we're like halfway through it, aren't we?
We are the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, let's get ourselves ready here. Okay.
All right. So start off with Dominic West, Jean I, with Nolte.
Nolte. John Dorman. Doman.
As in he's Doman. That was terrible. I apologize to everyone who had to hear that.
A little. That's okay. I'm wondering, can we read him? Because I'm between Nizi and Zenai on him.
Sure. They've seen a lot of eye intensity, but he does have a more powerful head.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been working on that distinction myself, so yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I think she's down as Nizai. I'm good with that if you want.
Deirdre Lovejoy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She, according to Jarlene, I think she's right. She needs to hear what song? Because
the
we
new
don't
rules. Dua Lipa's
the 5 rules.
New rules.
New rules, the name of the song. But it's like 5, isn't there? The 5 rules.
Yeah.
What are they? What are the 5 rules?
I can only do it singing. I forget.
All right, but basically, it's like instructions of how not to let like a man whore ruin your life.
Yes.
Wendell Pierce is Nijai. Plays Bunk.
Don't pick up the phone. No, he's only calling because he's drunk or alone.
There you go.
2, don't let him in. You'll have to kick him
Out again.
3, don't be his friend. No, you'll only wake up in his bed in the morning. And if you're under him, you ain't getting over him.
There we go. Bam.
Yep. That is the lesson she needs to learn. Nizi.
There we go. We need to look at her up. I have her down as Jibai. I just want to make sure I've looked at her case in a while. Kima. Does look rather Jibai there, but yeah. Seth Gilliam, he's down as Naiji. I'm good with that if you are. Do you take a look? Or
I want to take a look just because he has a broad face.
He has a broader face. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's already there.
Ah, okay, cool.
So I think I said there, but he's down as Naiji right now, I think.
All right.
Who's up next? Dominic Lombardozzi.
That's his partner.
Yep. So we want to take a look at him, I believe.
Yeah.
He's one of the ones we're trying to tell apart from
Nizi and
Zenai.
Lester Freeman.
Johnny.
Ladies' man and furniture maker. Miniature furniture maker.
And pattern solver.
Yes.
Oh, this guy's he's awesome.
Andre.
He's kind of like an urban member of this duo. They're kind of like an urban Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. They're not bad, but they're just always getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Andre Royo, Jaini. Oh, Omar. Omar's coming.
Omar Little.
I think he's my favorite character.
Michael Kenneth Williams.
There's a lot of awesome characters in here, but he may be my tops, which is saying a lot because the show's awesome. I like Manhattan Leonard a lot too.
Yeah.
I like both of them a lot. That's a good show. Did we hear there might be another season? I hope so. I really like that show.
Me too. Mojo?
Oh, is it me? I thought it was you.
It's you.
All right, Najee, my man.
Nice. All right. Privaluski, Jim True Frost, Jaini.
Frankie Faison, I believe he's down as Nijai.
Permission. Okay. Got Corey Parker Robinson. Do we have him?
I believe so, down as Ginai.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen him this season.
No.
I think he must come back though, because he's got a high episode count, so he must come back in the season.
At some point.
He was there, I think, when the first team, the reform team. We haven't seen him yet. No. It's like they're like a super team of dysfunctional people that are great at solving crime. Is this me?
Maybe me. So do we have him? Delaney Williams.
I think
looks like a Nijai, maybe.
That's what I think too. Do we need to look at him though? What do we have? So
we need to look at him. Yeah.
Cool. That's what I'm thinking as well.
Okay.
J.D. Williams, Bodhi. Bodhi is Ginai.
All right. Avon Barksdale. Wood Harris, do we have him?
We do.
Is he Gianni or
I believe Naiji.
Yeah.
But he's an interesting case. You actually wouldn't mind taking a look at him because he's one of the family bubble that we have to look at. But he's actually what I have down currently as an anomaly because his brother looks pretty classic Xenide. Like he looks like a bold Xenide, but he does not look like a Xenide to me.
Interesting.
Like you were thinking Xenide possibly, but I'm like
Xenide.
I'm not getting Zez from him, but or Jai. I'm getting G, Mojo.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, cool look at.
Okay. There's Idris Alba.
Stringer Bell.
Xenide.
Also known as Luther, and we had to find it because we really like Luther. They have no season.
Ah, nice.
Because the last season was like years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It wasn't like it was years ago.
Yeah, it was years ago.
And like he went off to just like be, and like the crazy lady, she went off to be herself.
Yeah.
And we said, though, when are they going to come back? Because you know those people, because they left basically like we're going to go our ways. We're both really messed up individuals, and
yeah, but you know that they're going to be up to something. You can't just live normal
I know
lives.
It's the rule of good art. They're just way too interesting of characters to not do more with.
Have something happen.
Now we haven't seen him yet.
No, haven't.
Littlefinger.
Councilman Garcetti.
Naiji, Aiden Gillen. Do they know they have Littlefinger in their midst?
Jamie Heck.
He's the other one we haven't seen that's really big. I told you, Marlowe. We've not met Marlowe yet, but I know he's the main character. Is that me or you?
That's you.
That's me, Naiji.
All right.
He's got two Naiji hitters coming in.
Venga Akinabe, and he's Ginai.
Yep.
But I don't think we've seen.
No, so we have a few other big characters coming in.
Yeah, because there's a season from 2004 to 2008.
So they're probably coming back season.
That's where they're coming. Yeah, because the same thing. Yeah, same.
Gotcha.
Bunny.
He's the one of the like sergeant or something. He was like over. He's under the commissioner. I think it's. Remember, he's the one that came out, and he was a big enough of a shot that he only came out to the street because someone died in a bad way. It was getting bad press, and so he was there just kind of like. So he's high up because he was just doing the face. Yeah. Kind of thing, face appearance. I don't know what his rank is, but he's up there. I want to take a look at him. He's one of I wonder about
on the list. Yeah. Nine maybe or.
Yes, I'm wondering.
Yeah. Okay. And. Anwar Glover.
Wait, can you look at him? We need to look at him. He may not have come up yet. Where is he coming up? Yep, Same thing. Yeah. Oh, next season, a bunch. We gotta watch some tonight. Gotta watch some tonight. Looks like season 3 is gonna be awesome. Felicia Pearson. Can you take a look at her?
Okay.
Or do we? Shit, Pearson.
I don't see her on our
Okay, I know what she is. She's is it my turn? Xenide.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I had to confirm it because I had. Cuddy, he's coming in too. Oh my goodness! Remember from Expanse?
Chad Coleman. Oh, he plays.
Yeah.
The Orville.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he played Clydeman. That's awesome. Okay, so he's Ginai.
Nice. Man, that's like 5 or 6 people come in. That's cool. Poot.
Yeah, this guy, the who shot.
Oh yeah. He's like he's one of the low-level guys that operates on the actual corners. Do we need to get him?
Let's see. Yes.
All right, this will be fun. All right, next we got
Michael Krostoff. He's the lawyer.
The lawyer. Do we need him? I think we need him too. Oh, it's gonna be fun times.
Isaiah Whitlock. Davis. Oh, he's a senator or something.
Yeah. Or some, yes.
Is he like a Nijai?
Yep.
Proposition Joe. Robert Chu. Oh, he's the drug lord.
He's probably Nijai, I think.
Yeah.
He's some ad-ob. All right, but we got to go expanded. All right, here we go. There's so many cool characters in here.
We're at
Reg E. Cathay. Oh, he hasn't come yet either. He's an IZ. He's Luke Cage's dad.
Luke Cage's dad, yeah. Jermaine Crawford. Yuki.
Do we need him? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. We need him too.
Justin McWilds.
You get him.
Okay. Glenn Turman. He's the mayor.
I think we need him too. Do we need him?
Yes.
Cool. This catch is awesome. Who's this person?
Detective Edward
No,
Norris.
it's too small.
Okay. Then
Oh, Amy Ryan. Awesome. Nice.
Al Brown.
Oh, that guy.
Valchek.
Valchek. He's such a
Major
jerk.
Stanislas.
We don't need him. I don't think we need him. I hope we have him. Al Brown.
Yes, we need him. Okay. Benjamin Bush.
Do we need him?
I think we also need him. Yeah.
Weebay. He has enough, maybe.
Okay. All right, and then so Weebay.
We need Weebay.
Okay, we need Weebay.
Tom Johnson.
And
Vernon
Holly.
We have him. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Nijai. Lawrence Gilliard.
D'Angelo Barksdale.
Mm-hmm. That's yours.
What is he? Is he a Gini or Nisha? I don't know what
I
he
think
is.
he's like a sensitive GI.
Okay.
You want to take a look at him then?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Just gonna grab his name. All right, who's this? Monk. Met Monk yet?
Metcalf.
Oh no, but up here, I think that guy's too small. Him we have Paul Van Victor. He's 9Z. He was the right-hand man of the Greek, who apparently is not even Greek. Spiros. Spider. Do we have him? That's not enough to work with.
No.
Maria Broom. Kwame. Monk Metcalf.
I'm gonna read him. Then.
Oh, he's coming in few seasons too.
Yeah, Maria Broom. She's the
wife of Daniels.
Yeah.
Need to get her too.
Her, all right. State Delegate Odell Watkins.
Not enough.
We have enough there.
Let's see who else. Oh, him. The first judge that
Peter Garrett.
McNulty went to.
Nishai.
Let's see. Oh, her. That's
Cheryl.
The love interest for
Kima.
Kima.
Do we have her?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Do we have her on the list? Yeah. Okay. Teresa Douglas.
Not enough. Let's see. Let me look here. No, enough. Yeah, these are low. Okay, Papa Schreiber, Gini. You were wondering about him. Do you want to take a look at him? You were wondering about 9Z?
No, I saw it.
You saying okay?
Yeah. That was just when I was first looking, but then.
Yeah, he's playing kind of a tough guy role.
Yeah.
Wallace,
Michael B. Jordan, Naiji.
G9.
Okay, then I need to take a look at it then.
Cool.
Alright.
Who's up next? Method Man. We need to get him. He plays Cheese. Cheese
Yeah,
is he in
he's on
prison?
the east side.
Oh, he's another gang. That's
Another
right.
gang.
One of the gangs they're on temporary truce with. This show's awesome. If you haven't seen The Wire, you should go see it. I don't remember him. Oh, he's the no, he is come recurring. He's that Fed friend of McNulty's because he's been more in this season too. He was in several
Do we have
grades.
him on the list?
I may have not realized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. It's Adam.
So
Didn't mean to dish you, buddy.
there. All right, and then
We haven't seen Ziggy yet.
Johnny 50 Spamato.
He's kind of a side character. Ziggy.
How about Frank Sabatka?
Between him. I think.
Oh.
I know what he is. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Z9.
Oh.
See that low set.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mouth. Yeah, Ziggy. Tiny.
Most likely, but I think we still have to look. I don't think we've read him yet.
Okay, James Renzen.
That sounds like he too.
Okay. And then Elena McNulty.
That's his ex-wife.
Oh, it's ex-wife.
She's down in G-By.
Okay, yeah. Who's this? Yeah.
I think we're getting kind of minor here. Who's left to look at? The sheet. Yeah, I think just
Brianna Barksdale and Dunnett.
All right. I think that's basically it. So Brandon Barksdale, that's his mom. She's the one that went to prison to see him.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the other one is.
Dunnett.
But I think that's good canvassing.
How about the one who was the
Is she the one-
stripper?
I think she's a stripper.
No,
No.
that's not her.
No, she's the girlfriend of who?
Somebody.
Okay.
I haven't seen
Bianca.
her, but oh yeah, she was D'Angelo's baby mama,
Is that the technical term?
apparently. But there is still the stripper that kind of turned witness, turned informant
Yeah.
on their crew.
They're getting pretty far down here, though.
Yeah, I mean, but it's by a number of episodes that they've been in, I guess. Yeah.
I guess she's not coming back then.
No, probably not. All right. Then
All right.
that's
Back to requested.
back to
So
request.
we have our list set. That's going to be fun.
Mhm.
All right. So now this is going to be
Tom Gerhardt,
a comedian actor and plays in Baller Man 6.
Siegfried. Okay. Well, that looks like
Him? Okay.
yeah, looks like he has Nez.
It looks, that looked to me like Ad Op because of so much lift.
Yeah, and looking as a like a knee's eye.
It is. Yeah, exactly.
So eyes peeking in.
Diffuse eyes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lift. Even when he's squinting, he has a lot of lift. Is that him? He's in costume, but still you can see the hand. Looks compact, wiggly.
That looks like she.
Yeah, gee, and he's got kind of like puffier lips, but I'm just not, and he has sort of like, you know, more rounded cheeks, but I'm not seeing the geste flexation.
Yeah.
The smile goes more sideways. Upper lip pulling and taking lead.
Yeah.
And here you see him doing that, you know, strong projection. The cheeks aren't really, it's more the mouth
Yeah.
and the lip plate.
Yeah. You
He's
see the
up.
hands there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, knee's eye. Starting The Wire.
The Wire. John Doman.
John Doman.
So one thing's helpful, especially when you're trying to tell apart sub and ob, is if you can get pictures when they're younger, because you know everyone kind of gets, sometimes they gain weight, but even if you don't gain weight, your head just gets bigger as you get older. So I feel like I'm getting more of the upright oval than the low wide of a bucket. And could be squinty, but a lot of energy in the eyes. Like, you know, the other guy, what's his name? Sabatka, because he has squinty, intense eyes too, but that pugnacious mouth pops more with him. His eyes come to me first. Kind of reminds me of like a game, not quite as big, but like a James Gandolfini.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the eyes.
Yeah, it's more broken line here, like than a pilot.
I get strong dissatisfaction signal from him. And like here, seems more like the upright oval in the emoting area from the nose down to the chin. He doesn't have that sort of natural forward projection that the Dur-Ab have.
Yeah.
But I do get a lot of projection energy in the eyes. Like he commands like these here. He has a lot of commandiness to him, but I'm getting commanded more by the eyes than by the forwardness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this seems like a classic Nye first.
Yeah, not as localized either, for sure. And Falcon here. That hand also. More.
Broken lines, tension, but broken lines, and a lot of energy in the eyes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nicey.
Nicey.
And I think that brings us to the end.
That's it. All right. Nice. Good time for more. Is that it? Where are we at? Oh, bam. There it is. Okay. So that ends our session for today. Jailene and I are going to continue working on the family bubble. That's going to take a while, but it's a lot of fun and getting a lot of good insights from there. And that will make a very strong part of the Rosetta Stone. And then myself, during most of the days, what I'm working on is the purification to get to data bedrock. And I will be hopefully moving into the fine purification in the next month. So a couple more days left to go through the first phase, where I was going to the A, B, C, and D, and then I kind of looking at what I was struggling with in any way, felt challenged by, and also had to add some more samples to make up some spaces where I was like, I want to put something on the shelf. So I am clearing that up, and then I'll begin the fine purification portion, hopefully starting in like a week or so. All right. Have a great rest of your day.